Hi, caregivers. Yeah, and thank you for joining us again today. Unfortunately, Haley wasn't able to get on with us. However, I still wanted to talk to you all about self-care. So I hope you have your drink. I've got mine. Got me some water, some ice cold water. So refreshing. When you guys maybe even have your yoga mat or your snack. So I'm gonna sit back a little bit. About self-care and how you can um, stretch and do things if you're sitting all the time, which I think a lot of you aren't because you are moving around. With your person, you're cleaning, you're bending, you're moving. So those type of things, you want to make sure that you're just being listening to your body. So if your body is hurting somewhere, don't push yourself, okay? Don't push it yourself or anything like that because you might have something more there. Maybe you're sore, but maybe you're not. So you don't want to push it to hurt yourself because you might also have a hairline fracture. So just some of the things I want to talk about when we do some of our stretching, which we'll just kind of start off with, is we'll go ahead and just put your hands out and really far out, push them out, kind of even push them back and stretch your fingers. So for people who do a lot of computers, even their phones, your hands will have strain in them. So just keep that in mind, okay? So you're just gonna do that for a little bit. And if you did that really good, you should have felt that stretch right in here in your arms. So the thing we'll do is we'll just go ahead and have our hands up and then bring them down. So now you're bringing your elbows up and straight across. So you're feeling that stretch in your fingers and your arm. Turn this, even bring it in toward you. So you feel a little bit more stretch. Again, if it hurts, do not do it, please. So you're just going to shake that out. I hope you guys are having a great day. And we can also work on breath and your posture. So your shoulders you should be sitting up. Oh, look at me. I was already kind of down. So you have to kind of put your shoulders up and back. So you should be having a nice top, full straight back and have your shoulders back. So sometimes we have that. So if we can just maybe roll our shoulders back and have that nice stretch. And you don't have to go fast either. Have a nice, slow roll and feel that Rice Krispie. I know some of you guys probably might have that feeling. So you're just going to have that nice roll and then we're going to roll forward. There you go. Bring that up. You bring it up to your ears and then you bring it back down. Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna take a drink. We're taking this nice and easy, guys. We're not going to be running marathons or anything. And if you want to walk comparison, that's actually a good exercise as well. I'm just going to drink some water. Another thing we're going to do, again, we're just going to do our upper body. So you're going to go ahead and bring your arms up. Go ahead and all the way up. Don't push right on your elbow, but like below it or above, probably more below. And you're just going to go ahead and put your arm back and push. Again, if it's hurting, don't push yourself. You can hurt yourself. So just wherever you are, go ahead and do that. And let's count that up for another 3, 2, 1. We're going to go up. We're going to switch. So again, not pushing on the elbow, but below. So you're going to push that below. Ooh, feel that nice stretch if you haven't been paying attention to your arms. Okay, go up and down. I'm just going to shake that out. And if we're sitting here in your chair, or wherever you're at, especially like a desk chair, this is going to be easy for you. So you're going to go ahead and we're going to turn to my right, probably your left, either or. And you're just going to grab your chair, maybe go to the end of the seat too, so it's a little bit easier for you to turn. And then go ahead and turn and use your the side handle to hold so you can get a nice stretch in that back. So I'm gonna hold that for just a bit. Okay, release, kind of just wiggle in your chair. Doesn't that feel good? Then we're gonna go ahead and turn again. And you're just gonna go ahead and hold that stretch again. And this is really good for your midsection. And go ahead and release. And if you're sitting there, again, you can just always just extend your leg where you're at and lift your leg just a little bit. So your leg should be all the way out. And then you're going to go ahead and rotate to the right, your ankle. Just do like 10 there. Now reverse, whichever way you're doing, do the opposite way. Go ahead and reverse. Good job. And then go ahead and turn, and we're going to go ahead and switch our feet. And again, your opposite leg should be straight. Your knee shouldn't be bent. Your knee shouldn't be bent. Your leg should be straight. And then you're going to go ahead and just rotate your foot. And you don't have to start going crazy. You know, don't have to be whipping your ankle around. Just a nice round motion. Let's do about 10 of those. And then we're going to reverse, whichever the opposite direction, and go ahead and turn your feet that opposite direction. And relax. So now you have that right there. We're going to go ahead and you're going to, as you're sitting there, you're going to lift your right leg and your ankle to your knees. So you're going to sit a little bit like cross-legged, and you should already feel that stretch in your thigh. So again, you're not forcing anything, okay? So if it hurts, again, don't do it. And if you're having a hard time, don't really be pushing yourself, because we don't want you to hurt yourself. So you're just going to go ahead and lift that leg up. And if you want to get a little bit of stretch in your thigh and even into your buttocks, into your butt, you're going to go ahead and just move yourself forward. And again, you need to listen to your body. If you're going too far and it hurts, then stop. You don't have to go all the way down, but if you can, you know, get that nice stretch into your legs and into your butt. We'll hold this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go up nice and slow. And we're going to go ahead and release. And then we're going to go on to the other side. And same thing. You're just going to cross your leg. Probably best too is if you want to go to the end of your chair. That will be a little better for you too. So we're going to lift our leg. And again, just move forward as low as you can. And however far you can go, that's how far you're going to go. And then just hold that stretch, and you should feel it into your thigh and all the way into your butt. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. A nice low back. So go ahead and put our foot down. Do you guys want another drink? I'm wondering how you guys are doing with this whole bear sun craze. President is out there. I saw him again on a live, and he was asking about how Navajo Nation is also has the issues that he has, and he talked about radiation exposure on the reservation, and how that's bringing cancer onto the reservation as well. But to that, I like to mention that the Navajo Nation does have a breast cancer program and cervical cancer, and that is for women, and men also get this, but those are the cancer of cervical and breast are one of the highest that are on the reservation right now. That's why they opened that up. So just always remember again to take care of yourself. Eat well, at least do some type of form of exercise for 30 minutes a day. And it doesn't even have to be, again, these are just slight things. You can walk, you don't have to run. Lifting weights is actually really good, but you don't have to go and buy those, 100-pound weights and, getting all major buff and stuff like that. And for women, actually, we wouldn't get, I guess you could say really buff. You do see some of those women that are, maybe in the Olympics or in weight challenges and stuff like that. Normally, women don't look like that because we don't have a lot of testosterone in our body, and that's a hormone. What will happen is we would get a tone body and tone definition. So, you have that nice bump right here. Even when you start showing your muscles, you're going to see that little definition in there. And that's as far as it would pretty much go. Because we don't have a lot of testosterone in our body. Now, if like men were to start lifting weights, stuff like they would, because they have naturally they bring in testosterone. Am I saying it right? I'm so sorry. But anyways, lifting weights is also good for women. And again, if you don't even have to buy weights, you can get 2 water bottles and put them in your hand. And even if you have 1 bottle, make sure it's all the way full, and you can just do arm curls, and you can bring them up, bring your arm back, and then just lift it up, lift it down, lift it up, lift it down. So those are just some of the things. These are very easy and very good for you to do, because bone density in women is actually how you can get osteoporosis as well, which is your bone, like feral bone. So you want to make sure that you're taking, your vitamins if you are, and keeping your muscles healthy, which in turn supports your bones, and you have bone health as well. So what else I want to talk about today? Just a little bit about self-care. Again, just drinking water, reminding yourself, taking those breaks are very important, especially if you're getting overwhelmed. I know at this time, a lot of people were talking about, they're talking about memory loss. And we're also talking about dementia and Alzheimer's as well. There are studies though for COVID, people who caught COVID are having issues with memory loss, and some are scared that it might be Alzheimer's. And we've only had COVID for 1 year, so it is still a little bit hard to tell what some of these repercussions are. And it is very hard to pinpoint because some people are on the severe side where they have to have oxygen all the time. They might have developed another disease. They're still having a hard time walking. I mean, these are major side effects from COVID. Then you have the other spectrum, where they're like, well, it didn't really affect me. I just had a slight, maybe like a cold, a really bad cold. Or they'll say like, all I did was lose my taste and my smell, and the rest of it, I was fine. And they are saying that with the Delta variant right now, the symptoms have changed. So that actually makes it even worse, because We might have asymptomatic people, and then we have symptoms that are not very common that will be harder to see if people have, COVID. But those after effects, a lot of people are saying that they're having some issues with memory and memory loss. And I'm very interested in hearing some of the progressions in that. So in that, for brain health, okay, let's talk about brain health a little bit. If you want to keep your brain healthy, and maybe you are experiencing some of these brain loss, or you're like, I just feel like I need some type of jump start to my brain. Learn something new. Learn something new. Any type of thing. Play a game you've never played before. Try knitting if you never knitted before. Sewing if you've never sewed before. Paint. Anything you've never done. Try it, learn it, and that will start getting the neurons sparking in your brain. And that will help make new connections in your brain as well. And that can bring some of those things back if you play some brain games. But a lot of it is just learning new things. And a really, really amazing tip that I've learned is to brush your teeth with your left hand, or using your left hand, your non-dominant hand. So if you're left-handed, you want to use your right hand. If you're right-handed, you want to use your left hand. And I'm right-handed, so that's why I'm saying left. You want to use the opposite hand that you normally use to even brush your hair, maybe put on your makeup, definitely brushing your teeth for those 2 minutes. And then I know some people are like, well, when I do that, I feel like I didn't brush my teeth all the way. Well, then when you're done with your left, go in there with your right and get those spots so that you know that you've gotten your teeth. And the worst it can do is that you're brushing your teeth thoroughly. And exercise, some type of movement is one of the biggest things. That's why I said, as caregivers, we're doing a lot of work, right? We're at home. We're with our person. You want to take that time, hopefully you can get an hour for yourself, but that's where you want to bring in that care. Stretching, that's why yoga too is very, very important. So when you're doing these stretches and you're getting some of these things going, I really encourage you guys to do your yoga and learn about it. Again, beginners, you don't have to have, your knee in the back of your neck. You don't have to be hanging from the ceiling. We're just talking about things that you can do that will help you in the long run. So in that, even interlocking your fingers to your back. And I bet you a lot of people, you guys have not done this in a long time. So you're going to interlock your fingers, but in your back. So we're going to interlock our fingers and put your chest forward and your shoulders back. And a lot of times, you guys, I bet you have not even noticed your shoulders if you're feeling a stretch right now. So you're feeling that stretch in your shoulder, and your body is thanking you right now for that. So these are the things, that's self-care, that's self-love. You can go in and relax, and then you can shake your arm. But these type of stretches, and especially for beginning yoga, very, very easy. And there's different poses that you can actually do. And even doing those poses for a certain amount of time, you start to build up your muscle, just like how we were talking about confidence for caregivers, right? Didn't we talk about this? You stand up and you do your superwoman pose. Even if you're sitting down right now and you just put those hands on your hips, make sure your shoulders are back and you're not slouched like this, right? Does superwoman stand like this? No. So you want to stay, even again, if you're sitting, then you want to do your superwoman pose, and you want to have that posture. If you hold this for 2 minutes. The minimum is 2 minutes. You're actually going to improve your confidence. This pose is called a power pose, and these chemicals actually go into your brain and into your bloodstream, and it's just just like when you exercise, you get your endorphins up, which is like a happy gene. And so when you exercise, you feel happier. So if you're holding this for 2 minutes, you're actually getting some testosterone into your body, and that's what gives you that kind of fearlessness and, again, confidence. Another idea, oops, sorry, I think I got a mosquito. And then again, we're going to go ahead and interlock our fingers and then just put your hand behind your head. In this pose right here, we're taking up space right now. So as we're taking up space, you're going to get those confident. You're going to be confident, more confident. So being like this, again, you're going to be increasing testosterone into your body, and this will give you confidence into doing anything. And even make you feel better as well. So you're going to be increasing some endorphins into your body. So I just want to remind you guys, again, these are just easy things. These are easy things. And do you feel that stretch under your jaya? I bet you don't have any stretch your jaya yet, right? And for those who don't know what that is, your underarm. You feel that stretch under your underarm? And even your arm right here. You haven't felt that probably in a while. And you're just kind of getting that stretch into your arms. So there are several poses for yoga. And this leads me to our challenge that I would love to do for our caregivers. So unfortunately, we weren't able to do some yoga, but I want to have you guys explore this. And I want to are you guys familiar with those Pendleton yoga mats? Yeah. I want to do a challenge for, what is today? So we are going to do 1 month. So from now, maybe a little bit over a month, from now to the end of September, I want to have people at least, right? 1, you'll have to show your pose, your yoga pose that you learn, 1 yoga pose a week. And I would like you to post it. You can post it to our site, or you can tag me in Facebook or Instagram and just show that you have learned a yoga pose. That will put you in for 1 entry to win the yoga mat. And then for an additional, I'll say additional 2 entries. And I will allow for 2 videos. 2 entries, 2 videos. So 1 video is 2 entries. And then you can do 2 videos for the max of 4 extra entries. So you can do 2 videos. And it can be very short, again, just showing us what form of exercise you're doing. Anything. I don't want to limit you to just even yoga. You can do some stretches for a couple of minutes. It's a lot more to do. Maybe about 15 minutes is the best. Like I said, doing those power poses are 2 minutes each, and that will be, right there is 2. Right here is 2. You have another one where you'll have your foot and your legs out while you're standing, and you're going to have your arms out with your hands out and your toes out, and you stand there, and that's going to be for another 2 minutes. And if you do this, you know what I mean? I just want to make sure that you guys are doing some type of form of exercise, and I want to make it fun for you, where we'll go ahead and have a yoga mat that you guys can choose as well. I'll go ahead and put more details into the into the description and let you guys know. And thank you again, caregivers, for coming. And so you guys make sure that you're drinking your water. Get some type of movement. So walking, power walking, running if you're up to it, some stretches. If you're doing any weights, again, you don't need that 50-pound barbell or whatever. You can just do 2 bottled waters, get that up and just start moving your heart a little bit so you can get some strength. And we can't knock off eating and healthy eating, but that will be for our next time. And I think you guys, we want to go slow, nice and easy for you guys, even though so maybe even just like meatless Mondays can really help your diet and your digestive system, because you're going to have those greens and no meat in your stomach, which meat actually takes longer to process and your tummy works longer to break up that meat. So if you're doing meatless Mondays or whatever day you decide, and you're just doing veggies that day, it actually helps your gut a lot and it cleans out your system, and that's really good for you. So that's something to kind of think of as well if you want to try to lose some weight, or even if you're not losing weight. Again, this is just about being healthy, and those benefits might be something that's in there for you. Cutting down on the sugar, soda, you want to cut back on that. Drink your water. And you guys have an amazing day. Again, caregivers,